All right, good morning, traders. Today is November 13th, 2024. Good morning, and thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land. My SPY pivot this morning, 598.05. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY closed, 2-hour downtrend, 10-minute downtrend. SPY and QQQ made lower highs and lower lows, closing over bullish straps over their 17 EMAs. IWM, Diamond Dow, made lower highs and lower lows, closing inside bullish traps over their 17 EMAs. FNGU made a higher low and a higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. All of the Fab 5 are still in daily uptrends. Gold started a new downtrend yesterday, made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap under the 17. Silver, still in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, just barely, closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. UNG, still in a daily downtrend, made an outside day. That's a higher high and a lower low, closing over a bullish cross over the 17 EMA. USO, in an uptrend, made an outside day as well. Higher high, lower low, closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. US dollar index still in an uptrend, closed near the 105.94 area. All right, let's go take a look at some charts this morning. All right, first chart. Here's SPY, 10-minute downtrend from yesterday coming into the close. See that? Yellow 3 EMA, that's the faster moving average underneath the white 8 EMA. Okay, so that's a downtrend right there. Okay, price and the 3 are underneath the white 8. That's the slower moving average. So we got ourselves a downtrend coming into the close. So that's on the 10-minute. On the 2-hour, it was kind of tight here, but you can see ever so slightly the yellow line crossed underneath the white 8 EMA, providing us with a 2-hour downtrend coming into the close there. On the daily chart, still in an uptrend. Okay, price action from yesterday, lower high, lower low, closing over the bull trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Daily still in an uptrend right here. So let's take a look at QQQ. Let's go back and find the pivot. Just a second here before we head off to QQQ. I put my pivot this morning right there, okay, about 598.05. See where those wicks come up, kind of showing me where the sellers are. See where these tails came in here, showing me where buyers were located at one time. So that's kind of like price action telling me 598.05 is an important number. So above that, I'm a bull. Below that, I'm a bear. So price has to get over this. See this red candle right there? So price over 599 is an entry for the bulls. And for the bears, price underneath, we already have a downtrend, so all we need is a red candle, but preferably price underneath this red candle right here. Actually, we haven't got any green to speak of. All we need is a red candle to shoot down. All right, so 596.84 would be the spot, but we're much lower than where we are there, 596.84. So all we need is a red candle to continue with this downtrend. All right, so there's SPY. You can take it below this area right here if you want to be a little bit more choosy. This would be 596.25. Underneath 596.25, a red candle under that. All right, let's go back and take a look at QQQ. All right, here's QQQ, yesterday's price action. I think I already did that, right? Well, we'll take a look at it again. QQQ, lower high, lower low, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Good morning, Chip. Good morning, JW. So still bullish there on QQQ. All right, let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow, lower high, lower low, closing in the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. Diamond Dow in an uptrend. QQQ uptrend, SPY uptrend. IWM Lower high, lower low, closing in the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. IWM still in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at FNGU. FNGU made a higher low and a higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. FNGU in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at our technicals. On the technicals, the bears threw us out of our camp up here in the buy zone, and we wound up in the seller's chop zone, just chomping around down here underneath the midpoint. It's kind of excessive. We'll see what happens today. All right, don't want to find ourselves in the sell zone, but we may actually wind up there after all of this bullishness we had up here in the buy zone. T2123. Well, we made another attack on the all-time highs yesterday. All right, didn't quite make a new all-time high, but we didn't give up a whole lot of ground. Okay, you can see we started out green, then we went some red, just a little bit of a selling program, and then back into the buying, and then a little bit more red. All right, all in all, we're still up in quadrant 4. We're still up over the 200 SMA right there. Price action has moved up and is still holding the higher ground. So you move up, and we're holding the higher ground. That's still looking good. FNGU is looking good. I feel today would be bullish. I don't know if we get another rest day or not, but I'm looking at the price action, and it's kind of telling me the bulls are in charge. They have the ball. It's up to them if they want to take it and score another first down. All right, so there's T2123 15-minute chart. There is the all-time high. You can see we came ever so close to tagging that. Let me see what we got there. The high, 539.101. I think this is 539.105. Yeah, 539.105. So we came within $4 right there of banging out a new high right there. So there's T2123. Let's look at it on the 3-bar chart. We got 3 more green candle bars. Again, moving up, holding the higher ground, hanging out in quadrant 4. It's the same chart. Up over the 200 SMA, everything looking good. A little bit of rest before I think they actually do pound out a new all-time high. We'll see what happens. There's T2123. FNGU looking good yesterday. Green from the beginning almost to the end. We had one red candle bar right here as we pulled back to check minor support, and they told us it works. And we went back up here and took out and made a new high. So FNGU almost green from beginning to the end of the day, except for that one candle bar. So price action still moving up in the pre-market, still holding the higher ground, still looking good for FNGU. I think we have a bullish day in SPY. I'm not sure, but this is some nice price action here in the FNGU. And I'm looking at T2123. That's not looking too bad either. So we'll see what happens. So there's FNGU. Let's go back and take a look at some sectors. Let me see if I can find the one I like to use. Right there. Okay, so let's go look at the sectors. First sector, we'll look at silver, precious metals. Okay, silver. If they take out this low, they'll be in a downtrend. Today's price action, higher low, higher high, closing under a bearish trap under the falling 17. Silver, still in an uptrend, just doesn't know it. All right, let's take a look at GLD. GLD started a new downtrend because they broke this pivot low right here. So that's a downtrend for gold. Price action, lower high, lower low, closing under the trap, under the 17 EMA. Gold starting a new downtrend. Let's take a look at USO. All right, USO yesterday, outside day. USO is in an uptrend ever since they took out these highs right here. That puts them in an uptrend. They just have not been moving up. Yesterday's price action was the outside day. Higher high, lower low, closing under a bearish trap, under the 17 EMA. Okay, USO still in an uptrend, just doesn't know it. UNG still in a downtrend. All right, if they take out this high, they'll break the downtrend and create the uptrend. So UNG on the daily chart today got a outside day as well. Higher high, lower low, closing over the trap right here and over the 17 EMA. UNG still in a downtrend. All right, let's take a look at a few sectors. SMH. All right, we got SMH here. Here's yesterday's price action. You can see a little bit of rest going on. We're up in quadrant 4. That's bullish. We're up over the 17. We're not up over the 17 on this one. We were yesterday, not yesterday, day before. We're not up over the 17, okay? But we are up over the all-time high anchored VWAP, and we are in quadrant 4, and we are moving up, and we held the higher ground. So all of that is bullish. We did not make it and close over the 17. So there's SMH, XLK. XLK dangerously close to popping out a new all-time high here. Came within pennies or dollars of it right here. That is the all-time high. This is the all-time high anchored VWAP. Price action making higher lows and higher highs. So that's an uptrend. Price action closing over the 17. That's bullish. Closing in quadrant 4. That's bullish. Closing over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's bullish. Everything bullish about XLK. XLK looking good. Let's take a look at XLI. Industrials, which happen to make did they make a new all-time high? No. Okay. Lower high, lower low, closing inside the bullish trap. Up over prior all-time high, anchored VWAP. Up in quadrant 4, over the rising 17, everything bullish on XLI. Let's take a look at XLF. XLF making higher highs and higher lows. That's bullish. You can see 2 or 3 days ago, new all-time high for XLF. Price action closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17. That's bullish. Over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. That's bullish. Closing up in quadrant 4. I know this has to be quadrant 4. Let's just look at it. There we go. Closing up at the top of quadrant 4. That's bullish as well. So everything bullish on XLF, XLI, XLK, SMH kind of struggling but still bullish. All right, let's take a look at XLU. This is a defensive sector. It's in a downtrend. All right, they just made a new all-time high about 20 days ago. Price action, it's in a downtrend because they took out this low and they made a lower low. So that puts them in a downtrend. But we really don't expect them to be in an uptrend because they're the defensive sector. All right, so it's no surprise that they're not in an uptrend while the other sectors are making new all-time highs. Anyways, XLU price action for yesterday is a lower high and lower low closing under bearish cross under the 17 EMA. So there's XLU still in a downtrend. But let me just say, yesterday closed up in the upper third. Day before it closed in the upper quadrant. So not too bad for XLU. Let's take a look at XRT. All right, this is our retail sector. Retail sector yesterday banged out a new, I got to think, that's a 3-year, 2.5-year high right there. Okay, all the way back to 2022 right here. You can see right there. All the way back to 2022. New 2.5-year high. So that's pretty nice. Price action was an outside day, which is a higher high and a lower low. Closed over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. XRT, it's our retail sector, did very well yesterday. All right, making a new 2.5-year high. All right, so there's XRT. If you look at this on the big picture, we got, what do we have? Got to move up. All right. We've got to move up and a move over. Okay, that's bullish. Looking for the next move up. Right like that. All right, and they're well on their way. They're trying to break out now. So there's XRT. Let's go take a look at IYT. All right, here's IYT. This is a transport. Let's look at yesterday's candle. That's this green candle here, I think. No, it's this green candle. So we got an outside day. All right, so we got a lower low and a higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA, up over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Everything looking good on the transports. We love that. That tells us things are getting moved around the country. We like that. Products are coming off the shelf and being shipped to your house. We like that. Products coming off the shelf and being shipped to office places. All kinds of stuff, all right? All right, let's go take a look. Raw materials being shipped around the country to build stuff. Let's go take a look at the economic package. All right. Don't do this to me. Anyways, this is the US dollar. They're going to do this to me today, I guess, of all days. Okay, I really don't need this now. But anyways, this is the US dollar index, the DXY. And they closed up here. They're still in an uptrend. And they closed up here at the 105.94 area. Okay, no signs of giving up, no signs of weakness. Let me just say that right now. Okay, dollar's been really jacked up and very bullish. All right, let's take a look at the economic calendar. This morning, guess what? CPI, 8:30, okay? Things could get volatile. Then we got a Fed speaker, 9:45, and another Fed speaker at 1:30, and the Treasury's going to make a statement. All right, so CPI comes out at 8:30. Thursday, jobless claims at 8:30. PPI final demand at 8:30, gas report at 10:30, petroleum report at 11, and then Mr. Powell's going to speak probably on the topic of CPI, which happens today, and this happens, he's going to speak tomorrow at 3 p.m. Okay, so hopefully these numbers don't come in way out of whack, way out of line. They don't have a spike in inflation. They don't have, maybe they'll have a big dip. If they have a big dip, we'll get a rally. If we have a big dip, Jerome Powell probably pat himself on the back for giving us the soft landing. On Friday, anyways, things could get volatile on Thursday at 3 p.m. Things will probably be volatile this morning at 8:30, which is about 12 minutes from now. All right, for Friday, we got retail sales coming out at 8:30. Empire State Manufacturing Index also 8:30. Import-export prices 8:30. Industrial production 9:15. Business inventories at 10. And the Baker Hayes rig count at 1 o'clock every Friday. All right, let's go take a look at Max Payne, see what they're going to give us. They're going to give it to us today. All right, they're saying Max Payne doesn't look like it moved far from yesterday. Still at 597. Put to call ratio, that's just the puts and calls that expire today. 1 1/4 puts for each call. All right, so not much there to do a put squeeze. All right, but I think CPI will do all the work today. All right, on the earnings front. So the main event is at 8:30 today, this morning, in about 11 minutes. All right, that's the main event this week. All right, Cisco is going to report tonight, $233 billion. All right, new holdings, $75 billion. Again, more familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. On Thursday, we got Walt Disney's going to report. That's going to be $183 billion. And they're going to report tomorrow morning. Applied Materials, $153 billion. They're going to report tomorrow night. Brookfield Corporation, they're going to report this morning, Thursday morning with Walt Disney. Again, more familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. Friday, all right, Alibaba's going to report $232 billion. They're going to report on Friday morning, all right? And we got a couple of others that haven't found their P&L or not sure when they want to report. Again, more familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. This will let us know how overseas, like India, China, Japan, Alibaba, that will let us know how the markets are over there based on how Alibaba does on the Asian markets. All right, for Monday, what do we got? Monday. All right, Monday, just some familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets right there. Okay, that's it. All right, we're coming into Thanksgiving. That's a big holiday. We got to 600. Are we going to go higher? I don't know. Maybe we get parabolic after Black Friday reports. I don't know. We'll find out. Right now, we're just kind of fading, pulling back a little bit. We got CPI this morning. I don't know if they'll get excited about that or just blow it off. We'll see what happens. All right, so I'm going to take questions in the room for the next couple of minutes, about 9 minutes till Alan posts the CPI. No pressure, Alan. Thank you for posting, by the way. I'm going to thank you ahead of time. If there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and render my video. All right, Oklo. Yes, Oklo is on fire. We can take a look at Oklo. Yeah, Oklo's on fire. Okay, they just had this big. They had a 3-candle move with an exhaustion bar into the end here. Okay, just be careful. They're cranked back up this morning. Got to take out that exhaustion bar to get going. All right, and that's up there at 26.56. You can see they tapped that number right here. See that butterfly kiss right on the number right there, and then they faded. So we'll see if they can get it done. You want them over 26.56. Okay, they're still in an uptrend. But that is one big green candle at the end of this move, okay? Just got to call it like I see it, all right? Doesn't mean it's the end, all right? I'm just stating that's could be an exhaustion candle. And you can see there's some other traders treating it like an exhaustion candle because when we got to the top, that's when they sold it. So we'll see what happens. Oh, earnings tomorrow. Yeah, you're right. Earnings tomorrow. Oklo is doing great. I mean, they came from, I don't know, what was it, $5 down here? Look at this, $5 all the way up to 25. That's a 5-bagger inside of, what was that, 60 days? That's incredible. A 5-bagger in 30 days, 60 days. That's awesome. All right, I am going to sign off here, get my video rendered, and get it up there and posted. All right, so if you got any questions, post them in there. Be happy to help, and I will set us up for 9:15 when the market opens to see what we want to trade, looking for the pivot points and looking for opportunity. Thanks, Brad. All right, until then, I'll see you guys a little bit later here.